Buenas and half a day, everyone. The Committee on Rules hereby calls this virtual meeting to order. For the record, today is November 18th, 2021, and the time now is 2:03 p.m. For some housekeeping rules before we begin, the host of this hearing will mute all participants until called upon by the chair. When called upon to speak, please ensure that you are unmuted and that you are speaking into your microphone. Members of the committee wishing to speak may indicate their desire to the chair through the in-app chat feature. During a vote on a motion, members of the committee shall show a raise of hand to confirm their vote. In the event of an objection to a motion, committee members shall voice their objection to the chair. The Committee on Rules director shall then take roll call. All members must abide by all rules of conduct and quality assurance standards, including the following: using a desktop or laptop computer with a webcam and microphone built in, broadcasting from a quiet room with little to no interruptions, broadcasting from a room with adequate lighting to ensure that your face is seen and not backlit, ensuring that the member's face is visible at all times, wearing proper attire, using only respectful and professional language and conduct, not utilizing a virtual background during the entire duration of the meeting, and any member wishing to pose a question to the clerk, legal bureau, or Committee on Rules staff should request the chair for a recess. The meeting will then go off live stream, and we will take a recess for those questions to be answered. Now I'll ask our core director, Ms. Maravilla, to please take roll.
Chairperson Vice Speaker Barnes. Vice Chair Legislative Secretary Shelton.
Half a day present.
Speaker Terlahi. Senator Nelson. Senator San Augustine. Senator Rigel.
Here.
Senator Terlahi.
Sorry about that. Gaya.
Senator Perez. Senator Blas.
Good afternoon.
Senator Torres.
Astiguito.
Senator Nelson.
Astiguito.
Senator Perez. Senator Perez.
Present.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much, Committee on Rules Director. Does the chair hear a motion to excuse members not present? Thank you, Senator San Augustine.
Second.
Is there a second?
I believe Senator Torres seconded.
Thank you very much. I was frozen. So there has been a motion by Senator San Augustine, seconded by Senator Torres, to excuse members not present. Are there any objections? Motion passes. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the core meeting minutes from October 13, 2021? All these documents for today's meeting can be found in our Google Drive folder, and this document specifically is titled 01 Meeting Minutes.
Move to ratify subject to any administrative correction that needs to be made.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Moved by Senator San Augustine, seconded by Senator Torres to ratify the core meeting minutes from October 13th, 2021. Are there any objections? No objections, motion passes. The first item on our agenda is an update on document tracking. I will now provide my report, and this document can be found in the Google Drive as 02 Legislative Secretary's Report. The Office of the Legislative Secretary hereby reports the following. As of today, November 18th, 2021, there are 86 appointments submitted by Governor Leon Guerrero. The status of these appointments are as follows. 1 appointment confirmed during the February 2021 session, 14 appointments confirmed during the March session, 8 appointments confirmed during the April session, 7 appointments confirmed during the May session, 7 appointments confirmed during the July session, 13 appointments confirmed during the August session, 10 appointments confirmed during the September session, 3 appointments confirmed during the October session, with a total of 63 appointments confirmed by Legislator Guahan to date. Of the remaining 23 appointments, there are some pending confirmation, 4 appointments were withdrawn, and 2 have extended beyond the authorized 90-day term limit. Legislatura has also received 20 zone change applications. Additionally, we have received 5 departmental agency rules and regulations and are currently being considered by Legislatura through legislation. 3 are now public law. Now we will move on to the ratification of referrals and re-referrals as of November 16th, 2021. The referrals of bills and appointments are indicated in each of the corresponding logs, which can be found in the Google Drive folder for this meeting titled 03 Legislative Item Log. These are bills number 165-36 COR through 199-36 COR, 200-36 COR through 209-36 COR, 210-36 COR through 221-36 LS, and 223-36 COR. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referrals of bill number 165-36 COR through 199-36 COR, 200-36 COR through 209-36 COR, and 210-36 COR through 221-36 LS, and 223-36 COR? Speaker Terlahi, is there a second?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, I'd like to move the ratification of the referrals for all the bills listed, except for Bill 206 at this time.
Okay,
That's my motion.
so the motion is to include all those listed except for Bill 206-36. Is there a second?
I object.
Madam
I
Chair,
object.
Okay, It has-
Madam Chair, before you move along, what is this? What is 206 that's an issue right now?
okay. Let me find the title. One moment, please.
206 was a bill that was referred to the Appropriations Committee. It has a $1,000 appropriation from a legislative office. And the rest of the bill deals with adoption rules and regulations. And so I had asked at the previous Committee on Rules meeting that that referral be re-referred to the Committee on Health, which has jurisdiction over foster children, public health, adoptions, so that that could be the adoption portion of the bill, which was the bulk of the bill and the primary purpose of the bill, that could be considered by the committee. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And the status of this bill is that a committee report has been submitted from the Committee on Finance to the Committee on Rules. And so this has been reviewed and filed and is online at this time. A committee report has been completed. So there has been a motion to ratify all of the referrals excluding Bill 206. That was seconded by Senator Pito Terlahi, and there was an objection. So we will take roll.
Madam Chair, the title is also incorrectly represented. It's not a bill specific to adoption agencies. It's actually regarding interim rules for all child placement agencies by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. So I just want to mention that.
Yes, thank you. For the record, for all those viewing, listening right now, this is Bill number 206-36 LS, as amended by the Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriations, and Housing, an act to require the promulgation and publication of interim rules for all child placement agencies by the Department of Public Health and Social Services, and to ensure transparency, permit public participation, and provide a method of making such rules readily accessible to the public, and to further appropriate $1,000 from the unexpended funds of the Office of Senator Mary Camacho Torres of Villa Hastatoran, Guahan, to the Department of Public Health and Social Services for this purpose. And again, this has received a public hearing, and the Committee on Rules has received and filed the committee report online. So there was an
My motion was to ratify all of the referrals except for that one referral. And that one referral can be dealt with in a separate motion. So that's my motion, is just to ratify all other referrals. So that,
Yeah.
and any other motion in regards to 206 can be handled separately. Thank you.
Yes, I understand. Thank you. So there was an objection to the motion. Please take roll, Madam Director.
Chairperson Vice Speaker Barnes, excused. Vice Chair Shelton.
Again,
Speaker Terlahi.
Again,
Senator Nelson.
Again.
Senator San Augustine.
I'll just pass for now. Thank you.
Senator Rajel, excused. Senator Terlahi.
Again.
Senator Perez.
Again.
Senator Blas.
Pass.
Senator Torres.
Ahi.
Senator San Augustine.
Aye.
Senator Blas.
Aye.
with 5 ayes and 3 nays, the motion fails. Okay, we will now move on to excuse me, let me find my list. The referrals of appointments. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referrals of appointments?
So move.
Okay, moved by Senator Blas. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Moved by Senator Blas, seconded by Senator San Augustine to ratify the referrals of appointments. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify? Oh, yes, Senator Torres.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Excuse me for interrupting, but I would like to ask if we can go back to the ratification of the bills. I understand that there was an amended motion, a motion to amend it to exclude Bill 206, but with that failed, I am interested in pursuing at least the again the motion to ratify the referrals of all the bills, including 165 to 36 through 199, 236 through 209, 210 through 221, and 223-36 COR.
Sure.
In essence, in its totality, is that reasonable?
Yes, I will entertain the motion. Is there a second? There has been a moved by Senator Torres, seconded by Senator Blas to ratify all bills. Is there an objection?
Objection.
There has been an objection. Please take roll.
Chairperson Barnes, excused. Vice Chair Shelton,
Again,
Speaker Chalahi,
Aye.
Senator Nelson,
Again.
Senator San Augustine,
Again,
Senator Rigel,
Yes.
Senator Chalahi,
Again.
Senator Perez,
Aye.
Senator Blas,
Good.
Senator Torres.
Again,
7 ayes and 2 nays, the motion passes. Okay, we will now go on to the ratification of referrals of resolutions. Does the chair hear a motion? Moved by Senator San Augustine, seconded by Senator Torres. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion passes. We will now move to consideration of items eligible for placement on the session agenda. Members, the committee reports for the following items have been duly filed and met Committee on Rules committee report deadlines. That there is a document that you can all view. And I'd like to just make mention that there are many resolutions and bills that have cleared the Committee on Rules that can be placed on today's session agenda, over 30. And we do have limited time in session. So I ask that you please prioritize your bills and we will take it in a round for everyone to place a bill on. And we can keep going in around. So please prioritize the bills that you'd like to place on the agenda in the event that we run out of time during our November-December session. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay, we will begin now with the placement of items onto the session agenda. I will recognize you for one item, then come back to you in a second round. And if you are moving an item for someone who is absent, I will entertain that. So if you are moving an item for someone else, I can take your two items as you are called. Right, we will begin. I'll just go by who I see on my screen. Senator Blas, did you have a question? Okay, I see your hand still up, but I think we can put your hand down on the screen. All righty, we'll begin with Senator Nelson. Please unmute.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I move to place Bill number 97-36 LS as amended by the committee, introduced by the Committee on Air Transportation, Parks, Tourism, Higher Education, and the Advancement of Women, Youth, and Senior Citizens by request of Congresswoman Manhoban Guahan, the Guam Youth Congress, in accordance with 2 GCA subsection 7102, an act to add a new subsection 6121 to Article 1 of Chapter 6, Title 17, Guam Code annotated, relative to requiring Guam Department of Education and Guam charter schools to provide and regularly stock menstrual hygiene products in all Guam public and charter schools, to require the University of Guam and the Guam Community College to do the same, and to cite this act as the period poverty of Act of 2021.
Okay, thank you very much, Senator Nelson. On the motion to add Bill number 97-36 as amended to the session agenda, are there any objections? Or is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Senator San Augustine. Any objections? Hearing none, Bill number 97-36 is added. I'm going down the list. I'm going by how I view you on my screen.
Oh, okay.
Senator Clint Rogel.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If I could ask if you could go to someone else while I get the exact wording of the bill I want to move. I
Sure,
don't have
thank
the full description of the bill right now.
Okay, thank you very much. I will move to Senator San Augustine.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have been moving a bill actually introduced by yourself, but many of the colleagues are co-sponsors, and that's Bill 214, introduced by yourself, myself, co-sponsored, Senator Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, Vice Speaker, Senator Talina Nelson, Senator Mary Camacho Torres, Senator Jose Pito Terlay, Senator Jim Moylan, Senator Clint Rogel, Senator Sabina Flores, Senator Tony Ana. An act to appropriate $25 million from the general fund to the Department of Administration for the Local Employers Assistance Program, which is the LEAP, as established by the Executive Order 2021-25, and to cite this act as the Local Employers Assistance Program LEAP Act of 2021.
Okay, thank you very much, Senator San Augustine. Is there a second to add Bill number 214-36? Seconded by Senator Rogel. Are there any objections? Hearing none, Bill number 214-36 COR has been added to the session agenda. Speaker Therese Terlahi, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move resolution number 178-36 LS. It's introduced by myself and all other senators. It's relative to expressing the support of Imina 36 na Legislature in Guam for the passage of Senate Bill 2798 and HR 5338, introduced in the U.S. Senate and House of Representatives on September 22nd, 2021, which would amend the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act to include Guam as a downwinder of U.S. Pacific test sites, extend the fund claims period, and improve compensation and benefits. The committee report was filed and uploaded to the website.
Thank you very much. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator San Augustine. Are there any objections? Hearing none, resolution number 178-36 LS is added to the session agenda. Senator Pito Terlahi, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, I have nothing to say right now.
Thank you very much, Senator Terlahi. Senator Torres.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to place Bill number 206-36 LS as amended by the Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriations, and Housing onto the agenda. And this is an act to require the promulgation and publication of interim rules for all child placement agencies by the Department of Public Health and Social Services, and to ensure transparency, permit public participation, and provide a method of making such rules readily accessible to the public, and to further appropriate $1,000 from the unexpended funds of my office budget of the Legislature in Guam to the Department of Public Health and Social Services for this purpose.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. There's been a second. Are there any objections to placing Bill 206 onto the session agenda? Hearing none, motion passes. Senator Blas, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Recognizing that, minority colleagues have also got bills. How would you prefer that I proceed?
You can place their bills on the agenda. I'll take one bill for every senator during this round.
Okay, Madam Chair. Thank you. Madam Chair, then in behalf of Senator Jim Moylan, I'd like to place bill number 66-36 COR as amended by the Committee on Economic Development, Agriculture, Power and Energy Utilities, and the Arts. Again, introduced by Senator Jim Moylan and Vice Speaker Tina Rose Munoz Barnes. It's an act to amend subsection 58-206 and 58-202 and subsection 58-203 from Article 2 of Chapter 58, Title 12, Guam Code Annotated, relative to modifying the sunset provision of the Special Qualifying Certificate 16 1,600 hotel rooms development program and adding the cost of renovation as being eligible for certain benefits as a new feature of the program. I'd like to place that in session agenda, please.
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator San Augustine. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. Bill number 66-36 COR is placed on the session agenda. Senator Blas, do you have one for yourself or another colleague?
I'll go ahead for my colleagues first, and then the last one will be for me. Okay.
I understand. Please proceed.
Okay, so the next one is Bill number 73-36 COR, and as introduced by Senator V. Anthony Ada, as well as myself, Senator Frank Blas Jr., Senator Christopher M. Dueñas, and Senator James C. Moylan, is an act to amend subsection 60102 and 60103 of Chapter 10, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to removing the restrictions on ownership of suppressors and silencers from Guam law by enacting the Hearing Protection Act of 21. This was initially passed on file on the October session. We'd like to be able to place this in the on session agenda.
Sure. Yes, it remains on the agenda, but we will take it in a motion. So is there a second? Seconded by Senator Terlahi. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion passes. Bill number 73-36 COR is on the session agenda. Senator Blas, you're still recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, this is for Senator Chris Dueñas, but he's giving his slot to Senator Jim Moylan. This is for a motion to place Bill number 106-36 COR as amended by the Committee on Public Safety, Emergency Response, Military and Veterans Affairs, Mayor's Council and Public Transit, introduced by Senators James C. Moylan, Joe S. San Augustine, Jose Pedro Talaya, and Frank F. Blas Jr., is an act to add subsection 60109.1 parentheses 1I to Chapter 60, Title 10, Guam Code Annotated, relative to including police precincts to the list of exceptions where an authorized individual shall not openly carry a firearm or carry a concealed firearm. Again, this was passed on file in the October session, but we want to place it back on onto the session agenda.
Yes, is there a second? It's been seconded by Senator San Augustine. Are there any objections? Hearing none, Bill number 106-36 COR is placed on the session agenda. Senator Blas, you're still recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, on behalf of Senator Tello Taitigui, we'd like Bill number 179-36 LS as amended by the Committee on Health, Land, Justice, and Culture, introduced by Senators Tello T. Taitigui, Sabina Flores Perez, Joanne Brown, and Teresa M. Tulahi. It's an act to add a new subsection 13510 to Article 5 of Chapter 13, Title 19, Guam Code Annotated, relative to requiring rules and regulations for the licensure of adoption agencies. Motion to put that on session agenda, please.
Is there a second? It's been seconded by Senator Perez. Are there any objections? Hearing none, Bill number 179-36 is placed on the session agenda. You may continue, Senator Blas.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, the last one that I have on my list is actually not my bill. Bill number 170-36 LS, introduced by myself, Senator Frank Blas Jr., Senator Joe S. San Augustine, and Senator V. Anthony. It's an act to appropriate the sum of $250,000 from the revenues received pursuant to 11 GCA Chapter 42, available for fiscal year 2021 to Guam Unique Merchandise and Art or GUMA for the purpose of providing assistance to incubated businesses developed with their program. This also was passed on file in the October session. I'd like to place it back on session agenda.
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator San Augustine. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. Bill number 170-36 is placed on the session agenda. Thank you, Senator Blas. Senator Sabina Perez. Yes, Senator Terlahi. Speaker Terlahi? Okay. Senator Perez, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So actually, I would like to put on the agenda just for consideration. I know it's not yet sent to core. There is resolution 210-36. I mean, that's the one I really would like to get on the session agenda, but it hasn't had a public hearing yet, but there's one scheduled for next week. Also, Bill 185, it hasn't been submitted to core. So those are the things I would like to get on the agenda, but being that it's not on the list, I guess as a placeholder, I would like to put on bill number 182-36 LS as amended by the Committee on Environment, Revenue and Taxation, Labor, Procurement, Statistics, Research and Planning, sponsored by myself, Senator Joanne Brown, Senator Moylan, Senator Telo Taitukwi, and Senator Joe S. San Augustine. It's an act to amend Section 5214 of Article 3, Chapter 5, Title 5, Guam Code annotated relative to improving sole source procurement.
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator San Augustine. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion passes. Bill number 182-36 is placed on the session agenda. Majority Leader Nelson, you have a question?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do. Because of the constraints that we are given with this new law about having to add either appointments or bills onto the session agenda. And we see that some of our colleagues are would like to hear certain bills on the session. However, the committee report, and now we're in core, and the committee report is not, hasn't been routed or hasn't been submitted just yet. So is there a way that we can revise the session agenda, since we are having session from November 29th to, I think it is December 10th? Is there a way that somewhere down the line, if these reports are submitted, that we can revise the session agenda to meet the timeline in accordance with the law?
Okay, a speaker, you have a comment?
Thank you. Yes, I share the concerns with the senator, and what we have done in the past Committee on Rules meetings, and what I've done in my public notices, is all of the bills that we go on second round, or we call them potential bills, and that's how I've been titling them on the agendas that I have to publish according to the new law. I title them potential bills. And so during this meeting, all the potential bills that are formally adopted as potential bills are added to that list. And so that will be considered adequate notice, and they can be moved on during the agenda. For example, if Senator Perez puts the resolution 210 on the potential bills list, and we put that into our publication, then arguably, if she has enough votes, she can put that onto the agenda. If I may raise another concern, Madam Chair, is, so I was calculating the number of days we have available to us, the day we're set to vote, and when council and the clerks are, can be ready to vote. One day of our allotted session time is December 8th. It's a holiday, and I just want everybody to bear that in mind. I don't intend to allow session to proceed that day. So if we allow December 8th for the holiday, December 9th for engrossment, and December 10th for engrossment, we could either vote, we're set to vote on December 10th in the evening at 4 or 5 p.m. And I've cleared this with council. If we, I told her if we estimate about one bill each plus one fiscal bill, but now I'm counting 3 fiscal bills. That's 3 committee of the wholes. I calculate committee of the wholes to take at least one day each. And I think that for every fiscal bill we do, we need to take 3 regular bills off of our agenda. That's just for time constraints. So I'm just cautioning that we are already at 3 fiscal bills. I don't think this agenda in particular can handle any more fiscal bills. If actually, I think this maxes it out. These 3 fiscal bills are going to take quite some time. That might take more than the time allotted, I'm afraid. But that's my estimation based on past practices and the amount of time it's taken us to get through committees of the whole. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to, consider one bill per senator. But with the committee of the whole bills that we have right now, 3 large ones, I'm concerned about that. That's just my caution. But I do agree that with setting another round of priorities, just in case there is extra time, in case some bill gets taken off the agenda. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, may we go back to the previous topic that we started discussing?
Yes,
Thank you.
please.
And so with the, I guess this proposed adoption of other bills during the session agenda, I don't know, I forget what the speaker called it, but so then we would have to make a formal motion to ensure that it's on this list that the speaker created. What is I don't know, what was that list you created, speaker?
Potential items to be
Potential
placed.
items.
Yeah.
Okay. So will we have an opportunity to address the potential items to be placed on session agenda?
I'll entertain it
Okay.
after everyone mentions all of their potential items. Senator Terlahi?
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I just wanted to make sure that Bill 210 is 36 is placed in the session agenda already.
Senator Terlahi, Bill 210 has not yet been cleared by the Committee on Rules, so it is not placed on the agenda. But if you would like to make mention that it is a potential item you'd like to place on the agenda, I will take note of that.
I would like to place it on the agenda.
Okay.
I've also received the information that it has been uploaded onto the website.
It has not yet been uploaded, but the Committee on Rules has received it. It was filed with the Committee on Rules just before this meeting. So it has not been reviewed or cleared or posted just yet, but we will continue to work on it. It was filed with the clerks. Yes.
Notwithstanding the House rule, can I place it on the agenda?
Okay, there's been a motion notwithstanding the rules to place bill number 210-36. Give me a moment to get the name of this so I can read it for the record.
Madam Chair, I ask that we do a quick recess and then you can check with your committee because I think this bill's been posted already. And
Okay.
maybe a 2-minute recess just to reconfirm so we're not talking all over to the people.
Yes, please
Thank
give
you.
me a moment. We'll take a quick recess. Thank you very much. The Committee on Rules is back from recess. There has been a motion by Senator Pito Terlahi, notwithstanding the rules, to add Bill number 210-36 as amended, an act to amend section 79606 of Article 6 of Chapter 79, Title 21, Guam Code Annotated, relative to approving the plans for the Guam Pacific Island Gold Star Memorial Monument onto the session agenda. Is there a second? It has been seconded by Senator San Augustine. Are there any objections?
Can you just clarify, Madam Chair, if this is to take Senator Pito Terlahi's slot on the agenda on the first round?
Yes, this is for his first round. He did not have a bill in the first round. So I'm coming back to him now.
Okay, so Senator Pito, this is the priority. All right, thank you.
Yes, this is your priority bill, Senator Pito. So this is bill number 210-36 as amended, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Are there any objections? Hearing none, bill number 210-36 is placed onto the session agenda. Okay, and
Madam Chair, I just wanted to respond on the speaker's request on Bill 137.
yes.
Madam Speaker, that's been passed on the budget bill, but actually, we haven't received anything about, DOA sending that money to retirement. So I'll just kind of wait on that one until I get confirmation from DOA.
Okay, thank you very much, Senator Terlahi. And in this round, we'll come back now to Senator Rogel, will be the last for the first round. Oh, I'm sorry, Senator Blas, did I skip you?
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, Senator Brown's probably gonna get mad at me. I forgot about her, so I'll wait until Senator Rogel's done, and then I'll speak in behalf of Senator Brown.
Actually,
Okay.
you can go ahead.
Go ahead, Senator Blas.
That way you
Make
can
your
finish
motion.
off yours for your first round.
Okay, so Madam Chair, if you can, in behalf of Senator Brown, this is Bill 152-36, COR. It's as amended by the Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriations, and Housing. It's introduced by Senators Stella Tide, Sabina Paris, and Joanne Brown. An act to close inactive government of Guam special fund accounts and to repeal enabling legislation of such inactive government of Guam special fund accounts as recommended by the Office of Public Accountability pursuant to OPA report number 19-02. It's passed on file in the October session. They want to make sure that it gets back on session. So,
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator San Augustine. Are there any objections? Hearing none, bill number 152-36 COR is placed on the session agenda.
Thank you, Senator Rogel.
Okay, Senator Rogel, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, I'd like to move to place bill number 204-36 LS as amended by the Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriations, and Housing. It's, introduced by Senator Amanda Shelton, Talina Cruz Nelson, Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, Mary Camacho Torres, Clinton E. Rogel, James C. Moylan, Joe S. San Augustine, Jose Pito Terlahi, and Christopher M. Duenas. An act to add new Article 16 to Chapter 22, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to establishing an opioid recovery trust fund to direct all opioid litigation monies entitled to Guam into such fund, and to establish the Opioid Recovery Advisory Council to be known as the Opioid Prevention and Treatment Act. I'd like to
Is there a
move
second?
place that bill on the session agenda.
Thank you. It has been seconded by Senator San Augustine. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. Bill number 204-36 is placed onto the session agenda. Okay, we'll take it in the next round. Speaker Terlahi, or?
Yeah, I just want to, if we could just take a 30-second recess. We've got now, that's the fourth appropriation bill, and that's just going to wipe out our opportunity for one bill each. So if you could just give me 1 second, I'd like to do a little bit of a calculation, please.
Okay, we'll take a minute recess. Hafide, the Committee on Rules is back from recess. Before the recess, there was a motion to move bill number 204-36 onto the session agenda, and it was seconded by Senator San Augustine. The motion passed, and there was a request for a recess. Speaker Terlahi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, I just wanted to point out that we've got right now, we tried to put, one bill per senator, but we've got at least 4 fiscal bills now that, according to our rules, would require us to go into committee of the whole. The way the committee of the whole is normally structured, it allows for question periods and then amendment periods. And my estimation that will take each of these bills a minimum of 1 day each. So I think we have already, kind of over asserted our time, or the number of bills that we can handle in the time that we have allotted. But so I'm just putting that out as a caution. I agree with proceeding with another round of priorities, just so we have a list, and that we have a list of potential bills in case. You never know if a bill gets taken off or something replaced. But I'm just cautioning, I don't think our agenda can handle any more fiscal bills at this point. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Speaker Terlahi. And so now we'll begin the second round of bills of priorities to be added onto the session agenda. Everyone has moved around on my screen, but I'll continue to go in the order that I see you on my screen. So I'll begin with Senator San Augustine.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd just like to move Bill 205-36, introduced by myself, an act to add a new subsection 8 to section 15401A of Article 4, Chapter 15, Title 4, Guam Code Annotated, relative to authorizing the Guam Ethics Commission to retain legal service. That should be an easy bill for them to just have their attorney.
Is there a second? Okay, there's been seconded by Senator Terlahi. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. Bill 205 is on the session agenda. Speaker Terlahi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For my second round, I'd like to prioritize another resolution. I actually asked that if we could treat these both together. I treated them both together in the public hearing. The committee report is actually a combined committee report, because they overlap. One bill is only on Agent Orange expansion, recognition of veterans from Guam. And the second bill deals with Agent Orange, burn pits, and also toxic exposure for Inuitak cleanup. So I would ask the body's indulgence, if we did get to the second round, that these both be put on at the same time.
Okay, and what numbers were those?
Oh, sorry. Those are resolutions number 199-36 COR and resolution 200-36 LS.
Okay, so that is resolution number 199-36 LS and resolution number 200-36. And if there's no objection from the committee to put those on together, I hear no objections. Is there a second to place both? Seconded by Senator Blas. No objection. Hearing none. Resolutions 199 and 200 are both placed on the second session agenda. Senator Pito Terlahi, you are recognized. Sorry, Senator Terlahi, before you proceed, I wanted to clarify something. In the first round, Senator San Augustine moved a bill for me. That was bill number 204. And bill 205 is his bill for the first round. He didn't do it together, but I will recognize that his bill is 205 and the bill he moved for me was 214. So those were both our first round. And now we'll move on to Senator Terlahi. Sorry, Senator, please unmute.
Sorry about that, Madam Chair. I just wanted to make sure that the nomination for for one of my committee member is on the session floor. And
Okay, we're not at nominations yet. We'll come back in a little bit. Do you have any other bill that you wanted to add in the second round?
Actually, I'm done with the bill. The 210 is the only one that I wanted to bring up.
Okay, so we'll come back to you for the nominations. Okay? Thank you very much. Senator Torres, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, I don't have another agenda item that I'd like to move. I believe we've put on more than 15 items at this point, and if the discussion is truly a concern about time, I'm going to refrain from moving any other motions onto the agenda at this time in the interest of consideration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Torres. Senator Rangel.
I have nothing else to move at this time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Senator Nelson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is specifically for the bills, correct?
This is for bills or resolution.
Oh, for resolution, I'd like to make a motion to add resolution number 153-36. It's relative to expressing the utmost support of Imminai Trantai Nala Satorn Guahan and advocating for the passage of HR 928, which is American Family Act of 2021, introduced by Delegate Rosa DeLauro, Connecticut representative, which seeks to amend the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 to make the child tax credit fully refundable and establish an increased child tax credit for young children and for other purposes.
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator San Agustin. Are there any objections? Hearing none, resolution 153-36 is added to the agenda. Thank you very much, Senator Nelson.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Senator Perez, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to put on a potential bill or potential resolution, that is.
Okay.
Resolution 210-36 COR relative to reaffirming Guam's right to safeguard cultural resources and to protect ocean ecosystems from the environmental harm and exploitive industry of interest through a moratorium on seabed mining to ensure the health of Guam's people.
Okay, to clarify, this has not been a move by core, but this will be set on the items for potential placement.
Yes,
It's resolution 210. Okay, thank you very much. And lastly, Senator Blas.
Was that a motion, Madam Chair?
Oh, we can take it as one
I
to
think we should.
formally put it on. Okay, is there a second to the motion? There has been a second by Senator San Agustin. Any objections? Okay, resolution 210-36 is placed on our potential items. Senator Blas, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, in the interest and concern of the amount of time already that all these bills will be taking on, I'm going to also follow suit and refrain from adding on to what may be potentially a headache for us.
Thank you very much, Senator Blas. I appreciate that. Now we will move on to placement of nominations onto the session agenda. Oh, Senator San Agustin, do you have a comment?
Yes, Madam Chair. I wanted to make a potential.
Okay.
I have, it's on behalf of the Vice Speaker. She's going to be having hearings coming up, I think, this week or next week. And it's for appointments and also for resolution. The resolution number 203-36 LS, introduced by the Vice Speaker, Senator Mary Camacho Torres, and Vice Majority Leader Senator Talina Cruz Nelson, and Speaker Therese Terlai, and yourself, Amanda Shelton, myself, and State Peter Terlai, and Senator Jim Mullen, and Antoniata. Relative to expressing the support of Imminai Trantai Nala Satorn Guam for the passage of the Build Back Better framework, which will provide needed investment in the community of Guam, including parting for the U.S. citizens residing in the territories through the Supplemental Security Income Inclusion and expansion of Medicaid. If the hearing goes through, there's to be potential that it has the opportunity to be added. And I would highly recommend, like our colleagues have brought up, to reduce the time that all resolutions should be heard maybe on the first and second day only and be done with it, and we move on. And it'll be read and moved, because I don't think any of our resolutions are going to fail. I think they're all in favor for the people of Guam. All right.
Okay.
And then I have two nominees. You want me to identify them for potential, Madam Chair?
Take a pause, Senator San Agustin. Let's take resolution 203 as a potential item to be placed. I'll take a second for that motion. There's a second by Senator Torres. Is there any objection? Okay, resolution 203 is placed on our potential items. And then Senator San-Agustin, I'll take that second part of your comment as a motion to place all resolutions at the front of the agenda. Is there a second to do that? Seconded by Senator Blas. Are there any objections to placing all resolutions at the top of the agenda? Senator Perez, you have a comment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I do have a public hearing on Wednesday. I'm going to try my best to get it to core. So perhaps maybe pending core clearance, if that's we can waive that motion, or maybe amend the motion to allow for more time for core to clear any committee reports.
I think we're speaking about items already added to the agenda. So these are the resolutions like 178 or 199. If these are to be heard at the top of the agenda, and then when you add yours on, you'll still have to make a motion to add them onto the agenda in the session.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for that clarification.
Yes. Okay. So Speaker Terlahi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just would like to move a potential bill. I just want it to be put in the announcement. It's bill number 209-36 COR.
One moment, let me dispose of this motion first to hear all the resolutions at the beginning, and then I think Senator San-Agustin still had one more thing before we move on. So on the motion to hear all of the bills, all of the resolutions that are already placed on the session agenda, to place them at the top of the agenda, are there any objections? None? Okay, motion passes. Senator San-Agustin?
Yes, I have two potential nominees. The appointment
Okay.
of, by the committee of,
Senator
you want me to
San-Agustin?
announce it now? Or you save till
No,
later?
we'll come back for nominees in a minute. We're still on bills and resolutions.
All right.
Thank you very much. Speaker
Okay,
Terlahi?
I just want to make sure that it's known.
Okay, I'll come back to you for
All right,
nomination.
thank you.
Thank you. Speaker Terlahi?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And notwithstanding the time, I just want to put this on our potential list because it is also a time-sensitive bill as well, because it deals with rules and regs, and the rules or regs are going through as requested. However, there is an amendment in the substitute bill that would extend a time frame or an effective date. So I would like to put this on the potential list. It's already been uploaded and cleared by CORE. It's bill number 209-36 COR. It's an act to adopt the proposed amendments to Article 5, Chapter 4, Title 26, Guam Administrative Rules and Regulations as transmitted to a legislature in Guam pursuant to administrative adjudication law attached here to Exhibit A. These are the sanitary permit fees and rules, if you remember that hearing from Public Health. So that's my motion to put on the potential list. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator San-Agustin. Is there an objection? Hearing none, Bill 209-36 is placed on our potential list of items. Anyone else for a potential bill or resolution? Senator Perez, you are recognized.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to place on the potential list bill number 185-36 COR. It's an act to transfer lot number 10122-14 new -R1, Municipality of Dedido, formerly known as the Dedido Solid Waste Transfer Station, to the Guam Environmental Protection Agency for their headquarters.
Okay, is there a second? Seconded by Senator Pito Terlahi. Are there any objections? Hearing none, Bill number 185-36 is placed on our potential list of items. Is there anyone else for a bill or potential bill or resolution? Okay, we will now move on to placing nominations onto the session agenda. I'll go in order of how I see you on my screen again. Speaker Terlahi, nominations.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to place a nomination of David B. Herrera as a member of the Chamorro Land Trust Commission on the agenda.
Yes, is there a second? Seconded by Senator Terlahi. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. The nomination of David B. Herrera is placed as member of Chamorro Land Trust Commission is placed onto the session agenda. Speaker, you are still recognized.
Thank you very much. I just have a potential nomination of Sharon Jo Davis as a member of the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority. It's not been reported out yet, so I just put that on the potential list, please.
Okay. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Perez. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the nomination of Sharon Jo Davis to serve as a member of the GMH board is placed on the potential nominations for the session agenda. Senator Pito Terlahi, nominations?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I move to place the nomination of Kyle Anthony G. Dahilig to be a member of the Guam Regional Transit Authority Board of Directors.
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Perez. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the nomination of Kyle Anthony G. Dahilig to serve as a member of the Guam Regional Transit Authority Board of Directors is placed on the session agenda. Senator Terlahi, any other nominations?
Thank you very much, Speaker, but that is it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Senator San Augustine.
All right, I have potential nominees. The hearing will come up, and this is coming from the Vice Speaker's committee. The appointment of Nolan G.T. Flores, member Student Representative, Board of Directors, Guam Public Library System, and the appointment for J.C.T. Bravo, youth member, Board of Trustees, Guam Education Telecommunication Corporation. And if the committee report is done and submitted on time, then and clear, then so be it. It has the potential of being added, and it wouldn't require a lot of time other than we're going to vote on it.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll take that in two motions. The first is for the nomination of Nolan Flores for the Public Library Board. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Terlahi. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the nomination of Nolan Flores for Public Library Board is put on the potential list for the agenda. The second motion is for the placement of the nomination of J.C. Bravo to serve as a member of the Board of KGTF PBS. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Terlahi. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the nomination of J.C. Bravo to serve as KGTF PBS board member is placed on the potential nomination for session. Okay, we'll move on to Senator Torres. Any nomination?
None, thank you.
Thank you very much. Senator Rajel? None. Senator Blas?
Thank you for the privilege, Madam Chair, but I got none from my committee. I don't have a committee.
Yes, maybe for your colleagues. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Senator Perez?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I believe there was one that was submitted to CORE. I'm not sure if it was registered. Edward S. Tovis as a member of the Alcoholic Beverage Control Board.
Yes, it has cleared.
Okay, so I would like to make the motion to place him on the session agenda.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Torres. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the nomination of Edward S. Tovis to serve as a member of the Alcohol Beverage Control Board has been placed on the session agenda. Senator Perez?
Yes, there are two other nominations I would like to place on the potential nomination list, both for the Northern Soil and Water Conservation Districts as members, Jose U. Munoz and Rosalina M. Sinicolas. Hearings will be forthcoming.
Okay, we'll take it in two parts. There is a motion to place the nomination of Jose Munoz for the Northern Soil and Water Conservation. I'm sorry, what is the proper name? Conservation Board? District. District. Is there a second? There is a second by Senator Blas. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the nomination of Jose Munoz is placed on the potential items, and there's another motion to place the nomination of Rosalia Sinicolas as a member of the Northern Soil Water Conservation Board onto the session agenda. Is there a second?
Sorry, it's Rosalina.
Rosalina, excuse me. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Torres. Are there any objections? Okay, motion passes. Senator Paris?
That concludes my nominations. Suzu's Masi.
Okay, thank you very much. Senator Nelson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to add to the session agenda the confirmation of Dr. Lisa Coupeners to serve as a member EDD representative to the Guam Commission for Educator Certification.
Is there a second? There has been a second by Senator San Augustine. Are there any objections? The nomination of Dr. Lisa Coupeners to serve as a member of the Guam Commission for Educator Certification has been placed on the session agenda. Senator Nelson, you are still recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to add Mr. David J.N. Camacho to serve as a member, retired teacher representative to the Guam Academy Charter Schools Council.
Is there a second?
Oh,
Seconded by Senator Perez. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the nomination of David J.N. Camacho to serve as a member of the Guam Academy Charter School Council has been placed on the session agenda. Senator Nelson, you are still recognized.
thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to add Dr. Judith P. Guthertz to serve as a member to the Board of Directors of the Port Authority of Guam.
Is there a second? There's been a second by Senator Terlahi. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. The nomination of Dr. Judith P. Guthertz to serve as member of the Port Authority of Guam Board of Directors is placed on the session agenda. Senator Nelson, you are still recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to add Mr. Philip L. Norrit to serve as a member, architect representative to the Guam Building Code Council. I think it's Norre.
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Torres. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the nomination of Philip L. Norre to serve as a member of the Guam Building Code Council is placed on the session agenda. Senator Nelson, you are still recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to add Zena S.N. Ruiz to serve as a member, Chamorro Culture alternate representative of the Guam Historic Preservation Review Board.
Is there a second? It's been seconded by Senator Torres. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. The nomination of Zena S.N. Ruiz to serve as a member of the Guam Historic Preservation Review Board has been placed on the session agenda. Senator Nelson?
That is all I have at this time. Thank you, colleagues, for your support. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. If everyone is done with their nominations for placement, with the placement of these bills and resolutions in the second reading file and this appointment under legislative concurrence, is there a motion to adopt the session agenda? There's been a motion to adopt the session agenda. Is there a second? By Senator Torres, is there a second? Senator Terlahi? Okay, is there any objection? Hearing no objection, motion passes. The session agenda is adopted.
Madam Chair, I have a question.
Yes.
Madam Chair, based on the way that it's been structured, so is it safe to assume that the bills that we will be presented on the floor in numerical order?
In numerical order, or and the resolutions, we passed a motion to put the resolutions.
Right. Understood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then followed
Okay.
by the bills that were placed.
Okay, so that makes it easier for us to get through it. Thank you.
Is that accurate, Madam Chair? It's usually by the way that they're moved on the agenda, I recall, or?
Yes. Let's take a moment's recess and we'll clarify with the Committee on Rules Director. Hafide, the Committee on Rules is back from recess. The question was posed as to how the items will be placed onto the session agenda. There was a motion passed earlier in this meeting to place all resolutions at the top of the agenda, and then bills will follow in numerical order. Speaker Terlahi, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to also move that we do as we've been doing in the past couple of sessions, and that's putting the committee of the whole or the appropriation bills at the end of the agenda so that we can bring the panels in on together in consistent days.
Yes, there has been a motion to move all of the appropriations bills to the bottom of the agenda to be heard in the committee of the whole. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. And now we'll move on to extension of remarks. So the floor is open if anyone would like to make extension of remarks. Speaker Terlahi, you are recognized.
Just like to make a general announcement. So I will be issuing the call to session, and in that call is where I attach the agenda that I get from the Committee on the Rules. And I also attach a potential list of bills that were announced or put during this meeting. And I just want to generally ask the senators and their cooperation. And so our session has been previously scheduled to go from the 29th until the 10th of December, November 29th until December 10. So I hope to vote on December 10 by 5, no later than 5. But in order to do that, I'm hoping we're going to begin session, or I'm planning to call session from 9 to 6 every day. While it's under my purview, take a break from 12 to 2 for lunch and additional work, and hopefully end all of our business, even the committee of the whole business, on Tuesday the 7th, because the 8th is a holiday, December 8th, and to allow the 2 days for legal and the clerks to do the engrossment. And so if we can end our business by the 7th at around 5, they have given me a general assurance that they can engross the bills that I estimated for them, which was one each plus one fiscal bill. Now we've exceeded that. So, we're going to have to work with them to get all of this done. But I will do my part to make it as efficient as possible, but I just want to give a heads up. I intend to start 9 to 6 and with 2-hour break for work and lunch. Si Dios mas.
Si Dios mas, Madam Speaker. Any other extension of remarks? Okay, thank you. Does the chair hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Madam Chair.
Is there a second? Second, moved by Senator Sinagaston, seconded by Senator Pito Terlahi. Are there any objections? Hearing none, this Committee on Rules meeting is adjourned. The time now is 3:26 p.m. Si Dios Masi for your attendance and participation. We'll see you all in session.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Adios. Be safe, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving too. Bye-bye.